everyone. Well, welcome back to my channel, the Baking Diva. And if you're new here, my name is Dolores, and I bring to you sweet and savory delights, along with some holidays, vacations, reviews, etc., just to keep the channel interesting. Well, Valentine's Day is just a little over 2 weeks away. And to be honest with you, I wasn't planning on celebrating it this year. For those of you that follow me, you know my husband passed away in April. We were married a very, very long time. So a lot of these firsts that I've had to celebrate without him have been just heartbreaking. And I went through summer vacation, I went through Thanksgiving, I went through Christmas and New Year's, and they were all the firsts that he wasn't with me. And now we're coming upon Valentine's Day. So honestly, that's the least thing I'm thinking about celebrating right now. But it doesn't mean I still can't make for you a Valentine's Day dessert. And this one is, let me tell you, 3, maybe 4 ingredients, so simple to make, and one of my favorites. So, what do you say we get started? And smash the subscribe button if you're new here, because I think you're going to enjoy a lot of the recipes you see on my channel. So, what are we going to need? Well, and what are we going to call these? I was thinking of calling them Sweetheart Valentine's Day Puffs, but I'm not sure. So anyway, what are we going to need for these? You're going to need some puff pastry. These are in the frozen food department, and you get 2 sheets in the box. So I purchased those puff pastry sheets. You're going to need a heart-shaped cookie cutter. And you're going to need a little powdered sugar. And then we're going to fill these. And that I'm going to make you wait to see what we use. So, you're going to follow the directions on the box for making puff pastry. And I preheated my oven to 400 degrees. And I have a piece of parchment paper here on a cookie sheet. I put out one of my puff pastry sheets here. And they tell you, if there's any little cracks in them, you can take a little water on your finger and just rub over it. You're not going to roll these out, but I'm just going to give it 1 or 2 little smooth rolls, just to make it all even. So now, this is so simple. I'm going to take my cookie cutter, and I'm going to make heart shapes. Okay. And see how easy? Let me just get that out. They come out, and I'm going to put them on my parchment paper lined cookie sheet. So let me do another here. I think you're going to be surprised when you see how these come out. And make sure you defrost your puff pastry sheets. And it tells you on the box the instructions on the best way to defrost them. Okay, they really come out so good. So I'll put some pictures in for you. Alrighty. And I'm leaving a little space in between them. Put another one here. Whoopsie. Okay. Let me see if I can get another one, then I can have 6. Yeah. Maybe even more, I'm not sure. So far this is 6. Might be able to get one here. Yeah, 7. Okay. Now you get 2 rolls or 2 sheets of the pastries in a box. So right now I'm just going to make one for the video, but I will be making another. So I have 7 here on my cookie sheet. Let me just move this aside for now. Now I'm going to put these, according to the box, in a 400-degree oven for roughly 15 minutes. You want them to puff up, and you want them to be just like a light golden brown. So I'm going to put these in the oven now, and I'll be back after I take them out, and I'll show you what we do next. Notice I have on a Valentine's Day shirt. I think I purchased this in Walmart. It was like under $10, and I thought it was cute. So sometimes I like to just put something on and be in character for my videos. The filling I'm going to put in these is one of my favorites, and if you've been following me, you probably know what it is. But if not, well, you'll have to wait and see. A couple more minutes and we'll be ready. I just took the puffs out of the oven. You can see they're browned. They baked at 400 degrees for about 14 minutes. So depending on your oven, just keep your eye on them because you don't want them to get too brown. But these look pretty good to me. So as soon as they cool, we're going to go on to our next step. I just put a clip in for you after I took the puff pastry hearts out of the oven. And this is what they look like. You want them to be golden brown. 400 degrees, says 15 minutes. I kept my eye on them. I left mine in there. It was about 14 minutes. Okay, now, next, I have a container here of chocolate chip cannoli dip. But for those of you that are familiar with Trader Joe's, a lot of their ingredients are seasonal. So Trader Joe's had this up till about a week ago, and then they were out of it. But Aldi's has this, and that's where I bought this. It says on it, limited edition. They've had it for quite a while, so I don't know how long they'll have it. Or you can make your own cannoli dip. It's very easy with vanilla, ricotta cheese, little mini chocolate chips in it. It's very easy to make. But we're taking the easy way out, and we're using this. So let me open this for you. And if there's not enough chocolate chips in it for your liking, and there's quite a few in here, so I think we're good. You can put, you can add your mini chocolate chips to that. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one of our little puff pastry hearts, and with a knife, or, break them with your finger, whichever's easier, because they're very light and fluffy. I tried one before, and here's the bottom of it. Very, very fluffy and very light and flaky. So let me open this one. Do it gently because you don't want the hearts to break on you. And look at this, see? It's a puff pastry heart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it. Oh, just give it to me. With this delicious chocolate chip cannoli filling. Be gentle. Oh yeah, look at that. Ah, so yummy. These, I guess we're gonna just call these Valentine's Day cannoli puffs. So we're just gonna put the filling in there. You see what I'm doing here? Oh yes. Very nice. And then I'm going to put the top back on it. And I'm going to just shake a little bit of confectioner's sugar on the top. Look at that. When you put these on a platter, people's mouth will be watering. I know mine is now. Let me get my dish over here. I'll put it over here. Look at that. I'll put a picture in for you. And that's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Now I happen to have mini chocolate chips here. If you want, you can sprinkle a few more of those on the top if you'd like to do that, if you want more chocolate chips in there. But these are, I mean, how much easier could it possibly be? And these are going to be so delicious. Now, it's interesting because if Trader Joe's, oh, and then I looked for the puff pastries in Trader Joe's. They said to me, they're out of them. They're seasonal. I said to them, puff pastries aren't seasonal. They have them all year round. And he says, well, for us, they're seasonal. So if you were to get into Trader Joe's at the right season, you could get your cannoli dip, your puff pastries in there, and if you needed any chocolate chip things, and this would be just like a 3-ingredient dessert you could make with everything from Trader Joe's. But since Trader Joe's is difficult with their seasonal items, you can get these anywhere. So I'm going to make another one for you. And what I should tell you now is, if I'm talking a little funny, I'm trying not to. My son-in-law's mom passed away, and yesterday they had a memorial service for her, and then afterwards they had a dinner. They had a repast. Well, I've been trying very hard to watch my carbs and watch what I'm eating, and they had little mini cannolis on the table. It was an Italian restaurant, and they had cookies and fruit and some brownies. And one of the cookies was shaped like a little gingerbread boy, and it had chocolate in the middle. It was 2 layers, and I didn't know. I thought maybe it was a butter cookie. Well, let me tell you, my year is not starting off very well. I bit into the cookie. It was hard as a rock. And I'm going like this in my mouth, and well, my cap on this 3rd tooth over here fell off. Luckily, I have the tooth, but I will be calling the dentist tomorrow because I don't know if he's going to be able to use that or do something else that will probably cost me a fortune. So hopefully, you can't see my missing tooth. And if I'm talking a little strange, that's why. So anyway, let me fill up this next one. Cannoli dip, or cannoli filling, is one of my favorites. I mean, you can keep the cannoli shells. Just give me the filling. When I make it myself, I can just eat the filling right out of the bowl. These are not going to last in my house. My son likes cannoli too, so these are going to go fast. So there, I put the filling on it. Now I'm just going to put the heart on top. Could these be any easier? Oh, look at that. Put my little confectioner's sugar on there. Heavenly. So anyway, I'll put a picture in later of the platter after I make them all. And I'll do a taste testing. In fact, maybe you think I should do a taste testing now. Okay. Let me whip this one here. Just gently cut it in half. And because it's so flaky, it almost gives you like the indentation inside. Put your filling in. As much or as little as you want. Oh gosh. Oh boy. Okay. Put your top on. Little confectioner's sugar. And I'm going to try with my tooth to bite into this and do a taste test. They're so flaky. So and flaky. The cookie I ate last night should have been this soft. Look at this. So flaky, puffy. Cannoli filling is delicious. And if you don't make these, you're missing out. Make a platter of these for Valentine's Day. I think you'll get applause. For watching. For those that celebrate, have a happy Valentine's Day, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you all, and I will see you all very soon. Toodles! So good.